Mr. Krabs' greed runs deep. From keeping the secret formula of the Krabby Patty just that, a secret, to his constant obsession with money!
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money!
There's something about the crustacean that's even darker than the mystery behind Pearls' conception. Mr. Krabs is a known serial killer who needs to be brought to justice. He clearly uses his influence as a businessman to get off without prosecution. Now, I don't want y'all to think, or anyone else to think, these are just wild accusations, because there's verifiable proof of his illegal activities in Bikini Bottom. And I want us to explore it together and possibly bring some form of justice to the denizens at the bottom of the sea and stop this menace. Exploring the many murders of Mr. Krabs is something that the internet has done many times, but I thought it'd make more sense to compile it all in one cohesive video. Now, while most of his murders are internet speculation, with numerous Reddit theories floating about, there's hard proof to be found in the animated show. Now, the episode entitled Nasty Patty is where we should start first, as it's one of the more damning instances of Mr. Krabs' murderous proclivities. Now, in the episode, Mr. Krabs instructs Spongebob, me boy, to make a terrible Krabby Patty to poison a health inspector, but he actually chokes on a fly and is knocked out. And instead of calling emergency services to render aid, Mr. Krabs enlists the timid Spongebob, me boy, to help him dispose of the body.
Listen here, you little barnacle. No one, and I mean no one, can ever know about this. It'll be the end of you, it'll be the end of me, and worst of all, it'll be the end of me.
Now, Mr. Krabs is very matter-of-fact with his desire of getting rid of the body, which isn't how anyone that's never killed before would react. Like the way SpongeBob, me boy, reacted in the situation, you could tell, he's never smelt the rotting scales of a fish, let alone killed and buried one before.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs. I thought he might need some air.
They don't need air where he's going.
But Mr. Krabs made him an unwitting participant in this heinous act, and the crab even appears to be calm and cool under pressure when confronted by law enforcement.
SpongeBob, listen carefully. We're just getting a lift back to the Krusty Krab. I need you to stay calm and don't lose your cool, understand?
Can I lose my cool now?
Why? Put him in the trunk, boy. I'll keep them cops busy.
He even asked the officers what type of charges he might be facing at the time of the confrontation. Now, this goes to show you and show us his familiarity with the law and his rights. Now, he was doing his very own form of auditing, you could say. But there's more to Mr. Krabs' bad behavior. Now, he once tried to kill Squidward in a foolish attempt to make Squidward's artwork valuable, as sometimes, art increases in value if the artist is dead. Now, in the episode Out of the Picture, when told that if the artist is out of the picture, Mr. Krabs said,
Out of the picture, eh? I think I can arrange that.
Now, it's very garbled, but he said, quote, I think I can arrange that, meaning he was planning on killing Squidward to make a financial profit. Now, he makes many attempts on Squidward's life, some not too obvious, like sending him into sub-zero temps for delivery in the hopes that he'll freeze, and even the shady part of Bikini Bottom known as Rock Bottom. Now, 237 Rock Bottom to be exact. Now, the creatures in Rock Bottom are scary and unpredictable, and it's clear Mr. Krabs was hoping Squidward would never return. After returning from Mars, Mr. Krabs gets fed up and tries to kill Squidward himself, which he should have just done in the first place, although I don't condone killing. But you know what, I guess, he really didn't want the murder to tie back to him anyway, which is why he didn't do it to begin with.
I have done everything I could to get you away from here safely. Now you're messing with me money.
Run, Squidward, run!
Hey! me? How about a little support here?
Squidward had been working for Mr. Krabs for many years, and his lack of empathy and laissez-faire attitude towards other people's well-being just goes to show how much of a sociopath that Krab is. Sociopath, socio-crab, I might even say. And the voice actor for Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown, was cast as the new villain in the revival of the Dexter series. And I ain't talking about Dexter's Lab. No! Dexter is a live-action series about a serial killer who hunts and kills other murderers. Now, if you think this is a coincidence, think not.
Why did you dig up my wife?
Because I wanted to fuck her.
Clancy Brown's role on this show comes with experience spent playing the greed-driven Krab for over a decade on Spongebob. Now, the villainous role he'll be playing is for a character named Kurt Gladwell, where it's described as powerful, generous, loved by everyone. He's a true man of the people. If he's got your back, consider yourself blessed. But should you cross Kurt or hurt anyone he cares for, God help you. That laughter is not in there, but I added it. And of course, the long circulating theory about the Krabby Patty is that it's made of crab meat, which might explain the lack of other crabs in Bikini Bottom. But you know what? I'd like to think Mr. Krabs would use, I don't know, imitation crab at some point, since, you know, he'd surely run out of actual crab meat at some point in time. Also, he's a freaking cheapskate.
He loves money, and I'm pretty sure he wants to save on money.
But, you know, the 3 points I've given should give you a clear indication of the type of character we're dealing with regarding Mr. Krabs. He's evil. He's a menace. He's motivated by greed. And it's time for us to admit that he needs to be taken down, which is why I did a video a while back discussing the murder of Mr. Krabs. The trial of Spongebob Squarepants for the murder of Mr. Krabs. Murder under the sea. The city of Bikini Bottom has been rocked with news of the death of Mr. Krabs, owner of the Krusty Krab restaurant. From the moment the underwater police discovered the gruesome scene, they suspected foul play. At first, they thought the killer might be Sheldon Plankton, owner of the Chum Bucket restaurant and longtime rival of Mr. Krabs. But no physical evidence could be tied to Plankton. As the investigation progressed, more and more of the evidence pointed to one of Mr. Krabs' employees, none other than SpongeBob SquarePants himself. I wish they would murder him off. Why do they not kill off characters in SpongeBob? It's totally possible. It's totally feasible. He is one that needs to die. Maybe this video will make you think more critically about the actions of Mr. Krabs as you see him appear in episodes of the series, because he needs to be watched. Be a watcher. Watch you. Watch him. Watch you watching him. More so, watch for the actions we do not see. That's what we need to keep an eye out for. What we don't see on screen. Talk about it because we need to. I'll see you in the next one.